Farmers, I need to teach you something about castration. That castration will move with the feature of the percentage of breeding for the animals. Because whichever mistake you make when you're doing what they call castration, you know, castration, that's the removal of those tests, so that animal can never and never produce again or serve again. You know, we always look at the superiority of a male that we really need to use for breeding. When you look at this male, it's a very good male. Length, height, the head. You know, when we are looking at the typical characteristics of a boa, we look at the curve of the horns. Then we look at the face. We look at the ears itself, the size of the head, the length and the height of the goat. This animal is really good, I can't deny. But when you look at the ears, it is showing you that it's around 75%. It's a good male to breed. But there is better males. That means when I talk about 75%, I talk about breeding a pure, let's say pure local and a pure boa, you get an F1 which is 50%. So that 50%, it cannot ably convert other locals. So the percentage will be low if that breeds the 50%. But this is the second generation that came out of a 50% and a pure male, and you got a 75%. That is the feature. It is really very good and we like it. But when you look at this, I think when you look at the face of this and the face of this goat, this is the ears. Look at the ears are big from the base, but not that very big. But when you look at the size of these ears, are really small and they are shorter. That means the blood is lower than this. So in actual sense, you see the features, you see the goat itself, because this is like 2 months. Look at the ears, it's dropping close to the chin of the goat or to the jaws. So this animal is better than this in terms of purity. So this goat is around 93, it's like 4th generation. You get it? So on the 2, if you really need to have faster growth and higher percentage, as in the genetics, the genetical purity, this is much better than this. But look at this farmer, really what he's doing. He is leaving a 75 to breed and is castrating the 93. You get it? Castrating an animal, it's directly affecting all of us, the breeders. You, me, and anybody that I don't know. You get? So the moment you castrate like this, this is telling us to go back to South Africa and source for genetics. Whenever you castrate this kind of animal, you're pushing us back to go and bring animals from South Africa. That means expenditure. It is very expensive to bring in a new male than using what we have here. You get it? So when you're castrating, unless you have a very strong reason that the animal maybe has one taste, you know, those kind of stuff. But in actual sense, look at the features. It's really affecting all of us. Then I'm going to talk about some other thing, the system of castration. You see this goat, it was castrated, which was wrong. They used the rubber, they put on the rubber and it stays there for more than a month. Then the tests just go off. Just imagine tying an animal for the first week, the second, the third, the fourth, when it really has that kind of pain. And then you wait for the tests to peel off after some time. It is hectic, it is painful. You get, you know, I think you can see, this is a test moved on and chopped out, you know. Me, I request that if you use unopened castration, you remove the tests, you treat the wound. Just within 1 week or 2 weeks, actually, if you castrate today, after like 2 days, that animal does not have pain because it's on antibiotics and spraying on them. So the animal within a week, it has healed and it doesn't affect it. But you know, an animal to be in pain for that long is crazy. Me, I don't like it, I don't recommend it, and I always recommend the open castration. Thank you. But I think, let me show you some other thing in this exercising yard. I think you can see this grass. The reason why we tell you to remove the grasses in your houses, these are the possible reasons, or these are the reasons. One, worms, you know the cycle of the worm. They always drop in the grass, an animal feeds on it, it goes back in the animal, and then it produces the eggs, or other adult worms can again go back. So when you allow the grass to go in your house, this is what you're expecting. You're expecting much worms, more so the tapeworms. They always enjoy this kind of environment. So whenever you allow the grass to grow in your house, you expect your goats to keep diarrhea. Think about your goats having all the time sickly, bulging of the tummies because of the worms. Because you're keeping them with worms. You are availing them with worms all the time. Some other thing, there is a virus which causes the off. It is always in the dew. So when you allow your animals to go in this kind of exercise in the yard, because remember, this is where they sleep, this is where they go for the relaxation, this is where they love, they enjoy. If you allow them to access the morning dew, expect off in your animals. Off, those are the diseases that you see, which attacks the whole mouth, which attacks the tongue. Then you find a lot of blisters, pus all over the mouth. That means an animal will not eat. So that is completely wrong. Goat farming is just a simple thing. In me, I describe goat farming as a game of playing with grass, the converters, which are the animals, more so if you have the hybrids, and then add on the management. In the management, this is what I'm looking at: vaccination, I'm looking at this hygiene, I'm looking at deworming, I'm looking at spraying, and having a good manager or a good partner you work with. But if you break either of that, you'll be going wrong. So those are simple things that you don't even have to do them at a go. Those are the things that you can do in the bits. I'm vaccinating as well every week. I'm spraying. These are simple things. This is the money that is on our tables that we cannot even finish it, but we can always be chopping on it all the time whenever you need money, when you have the animals. Some other disadvantage of keeping this is that you cannot keep the house clean, because this contains a lot of infections, like mostly the clostridiums, coccidiosis, salmonellosis, many diseases that come out of this. Because now if the area is like this, there is no way how you can clean your house. There is no way, because you will try to clean and the grass will hold it. So my dear, try to learn something. There is money in goats. We can make more money. We can enjoy the money out of goat farming if you do it right. If you do it right. Vaccination should be put first. Deworming, spraying, and the partners, that is in the management, we can always succeed. You look at this kind of farms and you find a person really losing the goats, hating the farming, not because he's doing something wrong, but he's doing it in a wrong way. People failing to understand it. Please follow my YouTube channel. You follow my website, follow my Facebook. One by one, read or understand the videos. You can always correct yourself, because I cannot manage to be in the whole world or in the whole country. But try to learn just from those videos. You will find your problem and you will find your solution. Let me wish you the best.